So we're here today to look at different soil types, how they interact with rainfall and the risk that can pose to water quality. So our 5 different soil types here represent different samples that we can get in farms. On the outside we have 2 poorly draining soils, a grassland and a tillage. When they get rainfall, those poorly draining soils cannot drain away naturally themselves, and we can get what's called overland flow, where we get runoff into the drains that run along to the side of those fields. The risk here is that if there is nutrient on those fields when we get that rainfall, that nutrient can end up in the surface water drains and cause an issue with water quality. Our 2 second samples, left and right, represent freer draining soils, a grassland and a tillage. When we get rainfall on these soils, those soils can drain away naturally themselves, which means we have very little overland flow, but we do have a large volume of water drained down into groundwater. The risk here is that if there is nitrate present in those soils when that rainfall happens, and if there isn't sufficient growth to take up that nitrate, it too will end up in the groundwater and impact water quality. Our last sample represents peat soils, of which there is a portion in the country. These soils act as very free draining soils until they become saturated, at which stage those peat soils then end up with overland flow into the drains. So the soil type we have can greatly impact the risk to water quality, either through losing nitrate in our freer draining soils or phosphorus in our heavier draining soils.